While the last generation of consoles is quickly coming to an end, the PlayStation 2 has had a number of latecomers that have turned out to be must-play games. Odin Sphere is one of those, and it's an unlikely candidate with its 2D visuals. But thanks to amazing production values and addictive original gameplay, it's a pleasant surprise. As the title might suggest, Odin Sphere is a tale of mythic proportions loosely based on Norse mythology, resembling, in particular, Wagner's operatic epic, The Ring Circle. At the center of the story is a powerful artifact, the crystallization cauldron. Then there's the ring Titrel that controls it, and the war between Odin's Aesir and the fairy Vanir for the control of the cauldron. Told from the point of views of 5 playable characters, each from a different nation and each wielding a magical cipher weapon. There's Gwendolen, Odin's Valkyrie daughter, Cornelius, a prince transformed into a cuddly rabbit creature, Mercedes, the fairy princess, Oswald, a dark knight bound to the netherworld, and Velvet, the princess of a country destroyed by the cauldron's power. The overall storyline is an immense and tangled tapestry, and since it's based on mythic story archetypes, not entirely original or unpredictable. It's well executed, however, exploring the characters' emotions as they cope with the situations they've been put into. And it's occasionally a bit melodramatic, but it manages to fit the subject matter. While the story is complex and its themes time-tested, Odin Sphere itself is anything but. The game is a fresh mixture of the 2D brawler and RPG genres, with the battles playing out over a series of connected looping battlefields. Every battle is a test of skill, rewarding not only your survival, but the time it took you to complete it as well. Savage your enemies quickly enough, and the spoils of war will increase. By absorbing phozons released from your slain foes, your cipher will gradually increase in power and develop new special attacks and abilities. Likewise, you can use those same phozons to grow fruit and other comestibles to heal yourself and upgrade your maximum hit points. Items can be combined in the field using a simple alchemy system, producing a wide assortment of useful potions to heal status ailments or unleash flaming terror on your enemies. Initially, you won't have much inventory space, but items are abundant, and the limit incentivizes frequent item use and alchemical fiddling. Each character's story lasts between 8 and 10 hours, and while you'll be revisiting a lot of the same locations and felling familiar foes, it never gets too repetitive because each character's abilities are varied enough that you'll need to take a different approach.
Observe this blue orb. Behold the might of the wicked-eyed Balor.
While there is a smatter of RPG elements here, don't be fooled. Odin Sphere is more of an action brawler than anything, and quick reflexes are rewarded. The action is fast-paced and simple. Learning the timing, range, and other mechanical nuances will only help you improve. Normal enemies and bosses alike require you to pay close attention to attack patterns, and finesse is often more important than stats. At the same time, leveling up and utilizing the character building and alchemy systems will only make you a more efficient killer. The game is fantastically balanced and paced, always rewarding you enough to keep your momentum going, but a real challenge is never too far off. If you do get stuck, you can repeat the battle without penalty until you complete it, or return to town and level up before trying again. And unlike many RPGs, Odin Sphere's structure makes it particularly well suited for short bursts of play. While advances in console technology of late has more or less boiled down to how many polygons a system can push or how many shaders it uses, Odin Sphere eschews all of that for what can only be called a next-generation 2D experience. The game is stunning, with lush, colorful artwork and huge characters that look like concept art for most other games. Backgrounds bristle with life too, sporting multiple parallaxing layers to give the illusion of depth, and tons of animated touches that make the world feel alive. It's quite literally the most polished 2D game ever, and looking at it never gets old.
Where am I? Where is this?
The story is fully voiced too, in both English and Japanese. The acting sounds somewhat stilted, but ultimately it fits the game's fairy tale subject matter well. Despite all the fully voiced story content, the game is rarely bogged down by it, and you can skip them all if you want. The game's downsides are limited to a few technical quibbles. While the game usually plays smoothly, some battles are plagued by terrible slowdown. It's not pretty when it happens, but oddly enough, it may save your life. The game is also liberally sprinkled with short loading times between every battlefield, but it doesn't ruin the game's flow. Odin Sphere is a rare gem, Fans of action games, RPGs, or just good artwork are in for a treat. Its mix of gameplay styles is near perfect, and the art on display here will remind you that quality 2D visuals never go out of style.